Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Tamiya Willys MBG build we've been working on in 1/35th scale. Um, what we're gonna do tonight, we're gonna actually mount the body on the frame. Last time we did the spark plug wires, I think, for this, but I scraped the paint there where all this top stuff's gonna go. It'll mount on the top, but we can't mount that on there until the body's on there. Otherwise, I don't think it'll fit. So I did scrape the paint off the mounting holes there, and we will actually CA glue that on. I just finished, as you can see, there's kind of a milky look on the gauges for the dash. What I did is I dry brushed some white onto the gauge after we painted it black, and it was a little too much, so I dry brushed some black back over it and toned it down a bit, and it looked pretty good. And then I thought, well, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and use the clear parts cement, the window cement or window maker, and make some lenses for it. So I went ahead and did that. And what we're going to start off with here is I want to paint the steering box here. I want to do that flat black, and then I want to do the handles on the gear shift, and then the four-wheel drive part there. I want to do them in the flat black. So I got my little palette out here. I've been doing some little bit of touch up here and there. And I did paint the wheels and the tires. We'll cut them off and put them together tonight. But I want to get that painted so it'll be dry. So by the time I get the wheels assembled, we can put the body on the frame. And we'll see how far we get with that. So let's get we don't need a huge brush. Just get this little one here. Will work just fine. And give it a little shake. I've already did a little bit of touch up. What did I do? Oh, I touched up the wheels, the tires a little bit. I'm just gonna do a little dab there. We don't need a whole lot for those, I don't think. And I think I'll start with the steering box. Just kind of paint it up, and the reason why it's all chipped up like that is because if you watch the painting of the body, I used my little alligator clips, and I held the body up by the little steering box there. That's why it's kind of, the paint's all messed up on it. I actually didn't get any paint on it, really. So we'll just touch that up right now. I thought about doing it in the olive drab, but everything's olive drab on it, so I wanted a little bit of difference. I also painted the starter on the engine. That's what I painted black last, was the starter on the side here, like that. So that looks like pretty good coverage for the steering box. I'm going to leave the shaft of the steering wheel the olive drab. I was surprised by how much of it was all olive drab. But I figured we'll just do a little bit of detail work here with the flat black, and you probably won't even be able to tell very much. Once it's dry. But at least we know we did it. Wonderful. Not the easiest to do. There we go. See a little bit of a difference there. And of course, the steering box there. That'll give it a little bit of... Oh, we need to get the pedals. There is a steering pedal. And you know what? I'm missing... there's another piece that needs to be glued on before the body goes on. I almost forgot about that. Must be on the sprue here with the tires. Let's consult the instructions here. Guess there's a fire extinguisher I didn't put on there too. That's what goes on that hole in the floor right there. We got all of our seats painted and everything. This piece right here. Gotta find that one. Where did you go? Actually got the radiator support and everything. A14. C13. 15. And 16. 14 right there. It's missing. What did I do with it? That's interesting. Is it over here? I'll have to look for it later and find it. It glues right on the top there, so I don't think it's the end of the world if we do it after the body's on. Yeah, our paint's already drying there. That's good. So let's get, while that is drying, why don't we get our brush cleaned out before I forget to do it. These poor brushes. How many times I've worked on these off camera or even on camera, and then I finish up whatever and then I leave them on the darn mat here without cleaning them. And I gotta soak them in thinner forever to get them to soften back up and clean them. And there we go. And now we will glue our wheels up here. Get sprue cutters. And these are all 26. These two are 29 and 30. 25 and 28, I believe, are the spare tire. Yep. And the rear wheels are the B30s. So why don't we get the B30s taken care of first here. It's there at the end. And these are all 26s. Try to be somewhat organized since I seem to have lost parts. There we go. That's our... Well, that one was 27. Front wheels are 29 and 26. Wheels are 26 and 30. I don't know, 27 was another part. Boy, I tell you what, you can tell it's getting late. The brain is starting to slow down for the day. So now they have this little key here. And then it's the same on that side. And we'll just put some glue around here and join them together. Get these lined up and they just plop right in like that. Awesome. That is one of the rear wheels. And now we'll do the same to this one, and then we'll proceed on with the front tires. I will leave the spare alone for now. Yeah, that plop in really nice. Good fit. And that's the rear wheels. Now we got our two fronts. And the reason why they're the lockout hubs for the four-wheel drive for the front, that's a little bit different, is what it is. Those two, and then the backs, like so. And same, they have the key and then the slot on that part. I don't like the way that one looks. There we go. Kind of push it I didn't quite get that one in straight. Struggling with the fitment on that one. Which I'm not sure why. Of course, I didn't dry fit either, which is something you should do before trying to glue. So I will chalk it up to me not doing that properly. Just scraping off the kind of glue that I got on there. See if we can do a little better job than that. That is better, so there you go. Dry fit your parts. Huh. Well, I'm really struggling with this one. It did fit when I didn't have glue on it. Will you cooperate a little bit better? Oh, that one's got a nice fit. Must have a burr somewhere that's just not settling right. But 3 of them match up pretty good. See if it's here in the little keyed part. There we go. Yeah, it might have been in the keyed part. Okay. Really fumbling around. Okay. It's gonna happen this time. Or not. There we go. Yep, I don't think I had the key part lined up quite right. Did a little twist and then it fell right into place there. So that's a front wheel. Since we had that orient, let's turn the body around so that I can tell the difference. And we'll just throw this one in. And that plopped in just perfect. There we go. All right, while those are setting up here quick, let's see what our next step is here. Next step is actually to put them on the vehicle. Actually put the body on the vehicle. I'm going to... That's going to have to dry, so I'm going to add that later. So that'll be the part here where I'm going to CA the body on though. And I'll end up CAing the wheels onto the axle. And I'll get a new toothpick out. Make it easier to spread the glue around. Put it on here like so. It's got 4 pegs on the body, and then it's got the mounting holes here on the frame. And have to guide everything through here. I'm lining up the shock towers with them little grooves first to try to get the alignment as close as I can before I drop it into place. Which it's in place now. Just hold that for a bit and let it set up. And we will have the body on the frame. But before we put the wheels on, I'm gonna put the exhaust on. Just want to make sure everything, yeah, that looks good. Give that CA a chance to set up. Awesome. Check the alignment here. Looks like we're still, the glue hasn't set quite right. While that is working its magic there, I'm going to get the exhaust, which is here. That pegs into these two holes, and there's a couple pegs on here. That went up into there like that. It appears that I have lost a little bit of paint there. I'm going to have to touch up. But that's where the alligator clip was. I put the rubber pieces on it, but I bet it pulled the paint off when I took it off the alligator clip, more than likely. So that is that. I don't know, can I kind of, maybe we'll get these two out and kind of bridge it. There we go. Instant Jeep holder. So now, I have to get some more CA out, but I'm going to scrape off a little bit of paint here. Where this is gonna make contact. Try to help it out a little bit. I'm gonna pull it off so I can try to get this without scraping the other details here. There we go. A little bit like that. Then I'm going to do the same thing in between here. Try to get it to stick a little better than. Kind of want to do a glue. In between the pegs as well. Give it the most contact area. There we go. It's one thing about chipping your paint away, it makes a mess. I decided to go with a rusty exhaust look on that one. Got a bunch of glue on there, dried up. That's from working on the cowl adapter for my dad's plane, I believe, or one of Meg Willow's kits. So let's go ahead and get that exhaust on there. I'm going to put a little bit there. I'm going to get a little bit of pegs and in between it. All right, now try to do a, oh, got a little bit on the engine. Supposed to go something like that. There we go. It actually does line up with the exhaust on the engine pretty decent. And I'll have to touch it because I hit the oil pan a little bit. Accidents do happen. That can be easily touched up enough, but I do like the rust-colored exhaust against the the drab there. Okay. Yeah, that fit up in there really nice, actually. I do like these Tamiya kits. They do seem like their fit is really good. I grew up with Monogram and Revell, which I always thought were fine kits. Some just need a little more attention than the others. Some fit together like a puzzle, and some you gotta clean up. It's all part of the fun of modeling. So these are my front wheels. Those are the back. We shall get... That feels like it's pretty solid. Alright. It's always fun to see one come together. So let's go with the front here. Just gonna go around the axle. Like that. We'll grab a front wheel, which has got the fancy lockout hub for the four-wheel drive. Oh, don't break it. There we go. I'm going to take a peek at this to make sure my wheel is on straight. That looks pretty good. And it's already set up too. Not messing around. Look at that. We got a wheel on our Jeep. And then of course I have to do a little cleanup here and touch up, but I figured the tires, I'm surprised the tread painted as well. I hand painted all this, even the rims. They did look a little bit darker than the body, but I did the white and black pre-shading on the body. Awesome. Like that. And then we'll prepare the next one. And we'll get that wheel on there. Awesome. There's the two fronts. And then we just need the rear wheels, and then we can flip it over on it. It'll be sitting upright like it should. Okay. Make sure I don't have any on my fingers. Will it stand on 3 wheels? Not the greatest, but we'll get this one on and then we'll be nice and balanced. All right, here we go. Not too shabby. No rock? Little tiny bit, but you know what? I am not gonna complain about that. I built cars back in the day, and you could just take the corner and do one of these. But there we have it. The Willys is, or Willys, or however you like to pronounce it, is it's on wheels. It's on its wheels. So exciting. The last thing I want to do for sure before I stop doing this video, though, because I think we're running, yeah, we're 40 minutes in. I do want to put this part on so that I can get the spark plugs. I have to have that on, otherwise I can't attach the spark plugs to the distributor, because I'm going to have to do a lot of tweezer work and get them bent correctly. But I don't think I can do this until I get the radiator part set on. Yeah, I got to get the radiator set in there. So I can't do that. I think we'll call that a video for now. And, yeah. The Jeep is on its wheels. Awesome. I'll bring it up to you so you can kind of see it a little bit better. Full focus. Got our exhaust here, which is awesome. Painted up the knobs on our shifter and everything. I am going to have to, before I put the dash on, I'll have to paint the pedal. But I can't put the dash on anyway till I get the fire extinguisher and some other things. But I need to wait for that clear stuff to dry, my lens maker. And then there's some, on the glove box store, there's some decals we got to put on before we can do that. And I think it'll be easier to do that with the dash off. But we got a little bit of work done on the Jeep, and keep plugging away on it until it's finished. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. We'll see you guys next time.